Hey guys, Robbie. I got a special guest here to say something.
Greetings, this is Wonder Woman. You are watching Pros versus Noobs.
Actually, Wendy, that's supposed to be pro teaches noobs. I know you like you like to do fighting and everything, but not everything's always.
And today, this is Azula from Avatar The Last Airbender. We're going to teach you how pros do things. They do it better than their brother. They're about to celebrate becoming an only child.
Yeah, I hear you say that a lot, Azula.
Yeah, noobs are just twerps and they all need to go to bed. They sure are. I can't stand a noob. You know who's a noob? Billy from The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I can't stand that guy. But he is my best friend, so whatever.
Oh, way to go, Mandy. So, yeah. What they said. Welcome to Pro Teaches Noobs. Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teaches Noobs. Here with me, Pika.
Hey.
And today we're continuing our coverage on the Just Imagine Stan Lee creating the DC Universe as we dive into his take on Superman with John Buscema on artwork. Give people your brief thoughts on the Batman one we just went over.
Worked with some hiccups, but it worked.
As I said before, they're going over through the Marvel method of plot, art, then dialogue. And I think that works very well in many regards.
Likely.
But yeah, we're up to Superman now, and just look at that. How does that look for you?
Well, it looks like a more serious version of Homelander.
Oh boy. This is long before Homelander, of course.
Yeah.
At the beginning, a far distant galaxy in another universe. No point telling you its name. It's Krypton. You couldn't even begin to pronounce it. And just think, Saladin, the discovery of the space-time bender will change our world forever. We'll be able to reach other galaxies in the wink of an eye. All because of that new green element that allows the spaceship to bend both space and time. Isn't it the most exciting thing you can imagine? I get enough kicks. Enough kicks working as a lawbringer in Leia. And when I'm back from mopping up the slime balls, and then you, baby, provide all the excitement I need. Note, I've taken the liberty of translating our characters' dialogue into basic Earth for those of you whose collective vocabulary may be a bit rusty. Straight talking Stan. If you didn't spend so much time in that muscle building machine, and to me, you're perfect as you are. I thank you for that, honey. But you know the reason why I do what I do. I only remember how much I love you. You've forgotten the other lawbringers on my squad. Oh, then he said how much I love, and you are life itself to me. But the others have been genetically altered. They're all bigger and stronger than me. You know I can't bear to be the weakest of all. I want to be the mightiest, the best. I want my exploits to be as strong as my love for you. And now it's time to join the squad. I wish you didn't have to go, darling. I have a strange sense of impending doom. Don't worry, Layla. Not all the hounds of hell will stop me from returning to you. I know you mean that, my love. But why do I have this feeling that I'll never see you again? This new shoulder harness the department issue to me is the quietest of all. Even at full power, it doesn't make a sound. We know what that's meant to be.
Yeah.
Stanley always had an issue with him just flying. Without any explanation.
Yeah.
That's why he had Sorry with the hammer and all that. Silent flying harness, space-time benders. There's nothing science can't do. Down below, my squad's already in action. I'm just in time. Saladin, reporting. Clue me in. Hostage situation. Terrorists took over an interplanetary cruise bus. 200 hostages aboard. We'll handle it. Stand behind us, Saladin. We'll take first impact. Hey, I mean, I may be the smallest, but nobody does my fighting for me. Don't be a fool. We're genetically altered, remember? You'll only get in the way, little man. But before another breath can be drawn, look out! They got stun bomb! They're gonna stun bombs up! Ball
Wait, what bombs? Stun bomb.
bombs. I don't think no, that looks more than that.
Yeah, if you imagine stun bomb, it's something like the just a boing, and just goes without any exterior damage.
Yep, it's up to me now. Still seconds till this bomb goes off. That's all the time I need. Now you stay back, Squadman, while I save your butt. I'll toss the bomb over the cruiser to the starboard side. That'll make them director fire away from us. Hey, somebody attacking from the other side. So what? You got a blaster? Use it. While they are looking the other way, I'll get to the hatch. The Squadman would have been too big to fit in. The hostages are safe, and there's only a handful of creeps. Hey, space scum, turn around. Figured that gets your attention. Great, I spun you around just enough for you to blast your pug ugly partner. That polishes off these two, and hey, wait your turn. That'll shut you up, squad slime. Not with that aim, it won't. Want to know how I really shut someone up? Try something like this. Later at the precinct, in tonight's holographic news, another terrorist attack was filed. Good work, Squadman Saladin. Thanks, Captain. I'll be heading home now. Why am I getting a Clint Eastwood vibe from him? You know, Dirty Harry.
Well, now that you mentioned it, yeah, it's probably. Then again, I just looked at it. It was just, hey, look at me here, standing between you and the hostages. And why did you shoot here, or just use stealth? Shut up and take them down.
It's Stan Lee. In the max security prison yard. Get him, and Gorak. Nobody rats on Gorak. Nobody. No, Gorak, don't, please. Freeze, convict, that's an order. I warned you, Gorak. As the guard fired. You want to blast someone? So Gorak is clearly meant to be the Stan Lee, big, bald enemy guy.
Yeah.
Blast him. No prisoner can hold gun and Gundor Gorak. Give me this flying harness. You're lucky I'm in a hurry, so maybe I'll let you live. Now I got other fish to fry. It's payback time for the creep who sent me here. It's payback time for the creep who sent me here. Saladin should have been home any minute now. Okay, now look at the change of outfits from this.
Yeah, that's like, was he coming from somewhere, or did he just come from some event?
Or this is meant to be, or is this meant to be casual?
Yeah, that's probably casual clothing, and the opening scene, she was probably coming from somewhere.
Yeah, Stan just didn't want to explain it. Yeah, if only I could shake this awful feeling of danger, of impending disaster. Oh, good. I think I hear him at the door now. Where is he? Where's that rotten, lousy batch toter who sent me away? He's not here. But he'll send you back again for good when he comes. Seconds later, you got a front row seat to see what I do to him when he gets here. Sirens, the plot the squadmen must have chased me here. But I'll get my revenge, even if I can't wait for Saladin. No sooner has Gorak left when Layla! Something to remember me by. No! How very saber-toothed of him.
Yeah. Or Major Force. At least there wasn't a fridge.
No, I go for a bit more because, obviously this Saladin is more Wolverine-esque.
More or less, but yeah, it's still a case of women in refrigerators.
Layla is dead! Gorak killed her because of me! I've lost the one who meant more to me than anything else in the world!
The over-dramatization of the dialogue makes this more funny than it should be.
But I think given the artwork, Stan is playing it up because he's like, I mean, come on, look at that art style. Wouldn't you draw it and write it over the top?
Yeah, over dramatic and having it up and
because with that drawing, you can't put anything else there. Come on. All right. What starts as an anguish turns into searing, blazing, hot, and white-hot rage. Where is he? Where's Garak? Talk or I'll simmer down, squad man. He's headed for the launch pad where we're testing the space-time bender. We're arming up to go after him. Arming up? I'll tear apart with my bare hands. At the launch pad, there's no place in this galaxy left for me to hide. But that ain't stopping Gundor Garak. This two-man, of course they had to specify that, space-time bender's my ticket out of here. This is the only ship of its kind. There's no others that can follow me. So once I set course for an air-breathing planet in another galaxy, I'm home free. Too bad I didn't have time to polish off Saladin also. But that's the brakes. Stop the ship! Stop the ship! Well, looks like I'll still get my chance to take care of Saladin. How lucky can you be? I make it easy for him by opening the door. Welcome aboard, creep. Hope you said your prayers. Prayers, and won't help you, Garak. Nothing will. I'm going to pay you back in space what you did to Lyella. When I'm through with you, y'all. What's happening? Nothing much. Just figured it was a good time to blast off. It's saying that I'm belted in and you're not.
You know that way when he's saying that I'm going to make it easy to open the door. That could have been inner monologue instead of spoken dialogue.
I know, but Stan was not always one. Yeah, he could have done it as soft bubbles instead, but still. Later, wake up, loser. You got two choices. You want a full blast that'll tear your head off, or do you want her on low so you can suffer a while? And how about a third choice? How about I do what all the prisons and lockups couldn't do? How about I rid the universe of you once and for all, you slimy, stinking, murdering maggot? As the savage battle continues, the prototype spaceship tears its way through space-time, entering a distant galaxy in another part of the vast unending universe. Your fight was with me, you spineless scum, but you killed my innocent defenseless wife like the miserable coward you are. The ship is careening towards the planet below. Gotta stop and slow it down. It's plummeting out of control. The instruments are new to me. No time to study them. Gotta rely on instinct. We're seconds from touchdown. Shouldn't have turned your back, sucker! No time to finish him off. Luckily, there's a spare shoulder harness on board. I set the controls for an oxygen-based planet, so this'll do me fine. Whatever form of life they got here, I'll find a way to take over, like I always do. At least I'm finally rid of Saladin. And ship still plummeting, about to crash. No time to do anything. The water cushioned impact. But I'm trapped at the bottom of the sea. The controls are smashed. Useless. There's no way out. And what a way to end up. Running out of air below the surface of a strange planet in an unknown galaxy. Even if I try to swim to the surface, the hatch door opens outward. There's no way I could push it out against the pressure of countless tons of ocean water. If we were on land, it would be so simple. All I'd have to do is loosen the bolt and put my shoulder to the door like this. As Saladin leans against the heavy door, the impossible happened. It opened. Miles. So the case where he's like, if I was up there, I just have to do this and whoa. Like miles from the surface. Never make it. Might as well try. It can't be. I swam like a torpedo, and the indescribable water pressure didn't even slow me down. Strange. That greenish glow spreading over the water must be the new mineral substance that helped power the ship. Wait, are my eyes playing trick on me, or is that a city in the distance? It's a long way to go, but I haven't any choice. It is impossible. I'm swimming like a human missile. Even those sharp
human missile.
Yep, those hungry
like
sharp.
Human, as in they had a human concept in the. Okay,
Yeah.
or maybe it's a word that represents something else.
Well, remember, Stan is translating things for us.
Obviously, okay.
Even those hungry, sharp-toothed sea creatures can't keep up with me. Maybe I'm hallucinating. I gotta rest. Sort things out. Minutes later, hey, we found ourselves a turkey. Must have had too much to drink at some snotty beach and house costume party. Wake up, pretty boy. Anyone sleeps on our beach gotta pay for the privilege. I don't understand your stupid lingo, but nobody mauls me. Got it? What? No one can lift me like that with one hand like that. Remember, class, we're translating Saladin's speech into English for you from its original basic intergalactic scholarly stand.
Yeah, so we hear it as English, but they hear it as gibberish.
Yep. We'll make mincemeat out of you for that. You'll wish you never. Yahoo! I sent them flying. But how? I didn't hit him that hard. Damn, my wrist communicator fell off. But I don't get it. Look how slow it's falling. Like it's on a cushion of air. Back home, it would have hit the ground in a split second. On this planet, I'm fast as a whirlwind. Strong as. Of course, there's only one answer. It's gravity. My world and gravity is 100 times stronger. My muscles are used to struggling against a much greater pull. So he's keeping that consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Which I gotta say, that makes sense, because that's something even Marvel would have done.
Yeah.
Here.
Surprisingly, actually, I don't think anyone has made it the other way around, so...
Well, they did it on the Superman Last Son of Earth.
Well,
where he gave
yeah.
him Earth the Krypton.
Yeah, so...
And it nearly killed him.
Yeah. Okay, that was the... I was thinking about if humans were to go to Krypton, well, past Krypton, they would probably go all... Well,
yeah, but that's why they have it be... They had to be put in this harness and everything until he was the right age. And then when he came back to Earth, then he was like... Urgh!
Yeah. It's kind of like in the well, in the Orville, there was that one species which had their planet have gravity that made everyone there strong on off planet.
Yep. Compared to the people of this world, I'm some sort of Superman. And they probably don't realize how slow and ponderous their vehicles are. Back home, our slow shoulder harness could outpace these cumbersome machines. Looks like I'll be stuck here for a while. So I'd better see what the rest of their primitive civilization is like. Okay, I'll say this one. I'll get it out of the way. Once they do not like it, Saladin's pompousness.
Oh.
I do not like how much of a pompous asshole Saladin is.
Yeah, it's very kind of does not make him look good. Like it's maybe or more of a designated hero.
Yep, and it's going to get worse. One thing for sure, with just like gravity, I've had no trouble getting around, except I don't know where I'm going. But because this atmosphere is so thin, I've got some sort of telescopic vision. I can see much further than I could back home. Home. The word is meaningless now. There's no way I'll ever get back, even if I could go back. Ayala is gone. It's gone forever. I think.
Oh.
Yep. Sorry. But I still must return to honor her memory. But not until I avenge her death. Gorak, wherever he is, I'll find him. I'll use my shoulder harness to cruise the surface in search of... No, what's wrong? It doesn't work, and yet it will work later. Crash was a broken and sensitive power cell. No matter, I'll wear it anyway, as a reminder of the world I've lost. I'm trapped here on this planet. I must learn to communicate. Those papers must be put in the local tongue. Amazing. Only 26 letters in their language. Back home, our planet has more than 1,000. What's the matter, dude? Did you lose the Starship Enterprise? Hey, clap out in that far-out hunk. Like, wow, he could frazzle my fantasies anytime. Listen to them. I'm marooned on a planet of clowns. Then this language is so simple, I fathom it already. Which is lucky for me. No more translating. Lazy boy, Barry Bones Lee. Halfway across the globe, Gundor Gorak is about also a fast learner. You saw me flying down from the sky. That makes me a god, right? A true warrior can defeat my warriors in battle. Hey, if that's all it takes, you call it a test. I'll show you a real test. I don't want to skin my knuckles by bashing your skulls in, so I'll just mop you up the easy way. Great is Gorak. Gorak is God. All must do as Gorak commands. Yeah, right. Gorak's gonna like it here. And then we get a little bit of racism, a little.
Yeah, obviously. But I guess it's downplayed because it's shown from the villain's perspective.
It is. I mean, it's not uber racist, but still. This is the life. Not a worry in the world. Living like a king. And that loser Saladin's rotting at the bottom of the sea. If we dance well for mighty Gorak, perhaps he will look upon us with favor. There must be some.
Yeah.
There must be some real city somewhere. Why should I rule a pack of savages when I can take over the whole planet? Bring me to the nearest seaport and be quick about it. My new super strength, nothing can stop me. I'll turn this whole world into Gorak's empire of slaves. Okay, so this idea of this Lucer type being from the same planet, so he has the same powers, I like that. It's like mixing Zod with Lucer.
Yeah. Wasn't that actually something that the J.J. Abrams was trying to do with Superman Flyby?
Stupidly, yes. Oh, and look, Stan actually fit in the whole costume, circus costume thing.
Huh.
But fate has other plans for Gundor Gorak and for the man called Saladin. To break, and got to cancel the show because the trapeze star broke his ankle. It means we lose a bundle. Performance canceled. Trapeze artist injured. If I'm to survive here, I'll need some money. This may be my chance to earn some. I saw your sign as I was passing by. I can perform for you. Come on, mister. I got my own problems. Take your toy shop and your toy store threads and hit the road. Look, don't pay me unless I'm worth it. At least you'll be able to open your show. Okay. I got nothing to lose. I wouldn't attempt this back home, but here with my new superpowers, anything's possible. Ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, presenting, hold it, the tempo isn't centered right. A sudden, stunning sound pervades the big top. The audience is too spellbound to utter a sound. There, that's better. And now that I have everyone's attention, I'll start my trapeze act. No need to climb the ladder. It'll take too long, especially when I can jump to the top of the tent. Wow, do you see that? How'd he do that? Bet he's got some special string inside his boot. Springs inside his boot. Look at what he's doing now. Are you sure you can keep this up? Lady, you haven't seen anything yet. And where's the Guinness Book of Records when you need it? For the next half hour, Saladin uses all of his newly acquired super abilities to dazzle the audience and the performers alike. We'd show you all more of his act, but knowing how hip our readers are, we figured you get the idea. Here's your dough, son, and worth every penny of it. I shouldn't have flapped at your thread. I figured you got all kinds of built-in gizmos that let you do that stuff. Yeah, built-in gizmos. I as well let them think that these primitives might not take too kindly to aliens. By the way, what's your name? Better make one up that sounds like it belongs to you. Let's see, the name of that ice cream truck and that street sign over there. Good as anything I get. Kent. My name's Clark Kent. Okay, Clark, you're hired. You can start tomorrow. I'll build up our whole show around you. Make you a star. Forget it, that's kid stuff. I just needed a stake to tie me over. There's something important I've got to do. Later, my favorite kind of captain. Doesn't require much effort to sync it up. Energy saving stand. I've made enough money to rent this dump and buy a computer and a TV so I can learn more about this crummy planet. But I don't like what I'm learning. They've only taken the first steps in space travel. They're nowhere near discovering the space-time bender. That means I'm stuck here. My chances of returning are nil. But they have all the basic knowledge. Why is their space progress so slow? From what I can see, it's because most of their money is wasted. It's spent on fighting crime, arming for war, and fighting terrorism. Maybe fate set me here for a reason. Maybe I can make a difference. If my powers could help abolish war and crime, maybe they'd have the trillions they need to span the galaxies. And then, with the cosmos no longer denied them, I could return home to honor the memory of the woman I've loved. Good intention, but selfish drive.
Yeah, this is probably... They could have probably rewritten this dialogue somewhat, because the dialogue came last.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the best they could do.
But yeah, I mean, would you agree with that though? Good intentions, but bad motivation.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I get what he means, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
want to do good for somewhat selfish reasons, yeah.
The doorbell. You're the man from the circus. It was difficult fighting you. My newspaper would like to know. Hang your paper. I'm busy. Get lost. No time for interviews. First, I gotta find Gorak. Then I'll lick the crime problem here so they can concentrate on their space program. Looks like the last tenant left some comic books behind. Got good taste. They're all about superheroes. Most of them try to keep their identity secret. According to this, if people know you got a superpower, they never stop hounding you. You know, they want to turn me into a specimen to see what, and they want to turn you into a specimen to see what makes you tick. I didn't think of that. That settles it. No one must know I'm from a different planet, and no one's going to poke and probe and try to dissect me. I'll claim my powers come from my suit. I'll say it's a patented invention of mine. Period. You kind of need to have an actual patent exist, dude. Let them like it or lump it. At that moment, Gundor Gork has reached Los Angeles. I'll be honest, I prefer the Batman one over this.
Yeah, that was done better.
This, and I think a lot of it is on Buscema. You know what I mean? I think a lot of this is on Buscema not giving Stan a lot to work with.
Yeah, it's well, yeah. If it's maybe
like he gave him too much. He gave him too much to work on.
Yeah, clearly.
Yep. I mean, I'm nothing against Buscema. Great artist.
Yeah, but the plot was done first. Then the drawings and art was done first. But how much were they hand in hand?
Well, again, they discussed the plot over the phone. Then Buscema would draw this all up based off of that plot. Compared to me, everyone's here is helpless weakling, and that's how I like it. Just what I need, an old-fashioned money machine. Back home, they stopped using them years ago because they were too easy to smash. Money looks good on any planet. Nice of them to provide it for me. Stealing money is going to be too easy for me here. I got to think of a way to take over the whole city. Just for starters, of course. You there, sir. You're just in time. Yes, we've been waiting for you. Do come in. What do you mean you were waiting for me? Reverend Dominic Darrk said you'd be here. And of course, the Reverend is never wrong. Yeah? Let me see this Reverend of yours. The Reverend Darrk? What kind of stupid game you playing? Me? I don't like games. There is no game. I have chosen you to serve me. Serve you? Gundor Guard serves no one. I'm the strongest there is. I can do anything. I'll wrap this bench around your scrawny neck. There's nothing more to power than brute strength. With the mere thought, turn your bench to ashes. Now enter that passageway. There isn't any passageway. You will learn never to doubt me. Behold! Who are you? How did you know I was coming? What do you want from me? All will be revealed in due time. For now, follow me. The passageway is closed in to find us. How will we get out? In and out are relative terms. Do not question. Just follow. I like Reverend Darrk though as the villain.
Well, yeah, that works in the build-up works.
Yep, and he's a lot like Desaad if Desaad actually had powers.
Yeah.
Yep. Or he looks a bit like Time Trapper too.
Yeah, kind of thinking someone to voice him would probably be
Corey Burton or someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a kid of stunt casting, they could probably get John Lithgow and tell him to just ham it up as the Trinity Killer.
Yep. This planet is Earth is so big with so many nations. I need a plan. Some way to zero out in on Gorak. Ring. Who can that be this time? Hello, Mr. Kent. My name is Lois Lane. Notice how he doesn't go out of his way to change anything when it comes to Superman.
Yeah.
He keeps low. Now, granted, LL, of course.
Yeah.
But congratulate. I heard about your circus act. Congratulations. But I'm busy. Don't you want to hear my offer? No. I see that you're the shy type. I like that in a man. I'm an agent. I can make you rich and famous. If I become famous, Gorak may come after me. See how he keeps changing things around? First, he's like, I gotta keep my things down. Oh, wait, if I'm famous, he'll find me. Like I said, Buscema gave him too much space to work with.
Yeah. And maybe not enough.
Compared to here, where, look at that. A lot less to work with.
Yeah.
In a good way, I mean. Like
yeah,
here, it's all contained within certain scenes and all that.
Yeah,
here,
they were
Yeah. It jumps around so much.
Hmm.
Same number of pages, though. Come in, Miss Lane. And I've got a great publicity gimmick for you. We'll call you Superman. It'll go over great with the public. People will pay a fortune to see you perform your amazing feat. And think of the toys, games, t-shirts. So yeah, Lois is more of a an agent.
Yeah.
As she said. Sounds like bring Gorak out of hiding. No telling how long it would take me to find Gorak. But if she can do what she says, it's sure to bring him to me. I've got to go along with her. You'll be a big hit with the ladies, Clark. May I call you Clark? Huh? Oh, yeah, it's my name, right? People in this hall rushing towards the door. You're too tense, Clark. I don't hear anything. That's because you're from Earth. Nobody move! Where's Clark Kent? Everybody freeze! Everybody freeze! Hey, you in the comic book suit, stay where you are. Lex, I wasn't going anywhere. Lucky you're for you, mister. We're government agents. We're here for your suit. Oh, is that all? Here, take it. I'd like it dry cleaned and returned in the morning. No starch, okay? Don't be funny, but it's going to the Pentagon to be tested. Tested? You didn't even give it time to study. I think Stan was struggling with this one.
Must have been. Yeah, but I think how much time do you think assume he had to go get the dialogue in?
Who knows? But this was clearly a struggle.
Yeah, or a rush, or he would have.
I don't know if it was a rush.
Or maybe he needed some more time, or maybe a co-author to go with it.
Yeah. Watch your lip, mister. We're government. This shoulder harness is what lets you jump high and do those tricks, right? Right? I'll just check out for myself while I'm here. Okay, I'll just take a leap and let the gizmo do the rest. Here goes. Careful, Sam. Maybe there's a trick to it. All right, Rice Guy, what's the answer? How do you make it work? That's my secret. I'm counting on it to make me rich. Once the secret's out, I'm just another nowhere guy. Hold it right there. Clark Kent is my client. I've got and all kinds of risks. You can't legally take that shoulder harness. Return or we sue. Okay. Keep your shirt on. Thanks for helping me, mister. But how'd you get here? I hired him for you. When Lois Lane is your agent, your butt is always protected. Now let's talk about a Larry King interview. TV's still on. There's a news flash. The Chinese president has been captured by terrorists as he landed in Los Angeles on the first lap of his trip to Washington. Some agitators claim it must be a U.S. plot. The president isn't returned safely within 12 hours. It could mean war. The terrorists have demanded $10 billion in a special container to be picked up by helicopter. And there must be no other ship flying within 500 miles of that spot. If there's a war, it could set their space program back for decades. I can't let that happen. You set up that Larry King interview. Whoever he is, Lois, I've got things to do. Now see? He can fly now. Like, I thought it wasn't working.
Yeah.
But again, that's based off of what the art style that he gave him. It's like, what was Stan supposed to write here? Right? It's like, again, it's like, what would you write, right?
Boy, my shoulders.
He looks like he's trying to fly, but it's not working.
Or rant about his situation, maybe.
But his arms look like he's trying to fly. This is what I'm saying. This is a case where we're going to have some of the artwork be like that, where it's like, some of it's really good, and others, it's like, it depends on what the artist gave them. Now, to point out, Buscema was near the end of his life by this point.
Yeah.
Like, between this coming up and them doing the first trade, he had passed away. In fact, let me double check. This came out in 2001, and John Buscema passed away in January 2002. So again, great artwork for a man nearing his end, but I don't think he was probably thinking straight.
Yeah, maybe not.
Or he really wanted to give it his all. Amazing. Those jets of his don't make the slightest sound. How is that possible? Pentagon, if we can't find and rescue the Chinese president in the next 12 hours, we'll have to accede to the terrorist demand. There's no other choice. Wrong. There is a choice. I have a plan. It's a long shot, but it might work. It's something only I can do. Who in the blue blaze that? How'd he get to the window? Hey, he's from the one I've read about, from the circus. You know what? I can actually kind of buy that. I can actually kind of buy that. I mean, that makes more sense nowadays with social media than it does in early 2000. But I can still buy something that sensational. I mean, a guy lifted the tent and moved it.
Yeah, well, would work, yeah. And again, it would maybe, considering how long he has been, he would probably, maybe would be making sure it was a little later when he has probably developed a proper reputation.
But he only did the one show.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's hear him out. He possesses uncanny abilities. Later at the ransom pickup spot, there's the money pack. In fact, as we instructed, and there's no other spacecraft for 500 miles. When they pick up this cargo, they'll be in for a little surprise. I do like that plan.
Yeah.
That does make sense for someone like him being a cop.
Yeah.
But then somehow, high above, a U.S. satellite in position to track the terrorist helicopter when the unexpected occurred. Activate the laser signal beam. Somehow that causes it to open up and then close behind. They go and they find there's no one there. It was a drone. They dig their way down and somehow, how is there a track like that when they're looking down?
I think some things were lost in the something.
Might as well go away.
I wouldn't say lost in translation, but lost in the.
Right, look at it. Somehow Lois got captured.
Yeah, when,
what?
How, why, and
how did he know? Again, this is stuff that Buscema decided to just go with.
Yeah.
This is what I've been waiting for. And I had a hunch this little party would flush you out. So I brought along your lady friend. My only guess is Dark knew about it and told him.
That is probably the only way how this would work.
Because we already saw Dark and know everything.
Yeah.
Yep. One false move and she died. Clark, who is this man? How does he know you? Gora, how'd you get involved in this? It's a long story. Too bad you won't live long enough to hear it. Tie him up real tight. This is the end of the line for you. Your killing days are over. Brave talk from a man with second to live. Say your prayers, because this is it. First your wife and now you. At least I have my full revenge for the years you made me spend in prison. You should have said that. You should have reminded me of Layla. And now nothing in Cosmo can stop me. Nothing. Now, that I like.
Yeah.
That is a good image.
Yeah, it's a good image.
It's the classic.
Yeah.
Now, if you think brute force and power is all it takes, I'll show you powers you've never known. Clark, you're wonderful. This will be sure to get you a spot on Jay Leno. And think of the endorsement. Nike, Kellogg's, Nintendo. Get real, Lois. This isn't a game. I've got to get you out of here before I tackle Gorak again. There must be an exit somewhere. Every underground tunnel has a way out. There, straight ahead, something above us. Hold on tight, Lois. I don't know where this leads, but I've got to try it. What I'd give for a TV news crew. This is a Lois I don't care for.
Yeah, this is like take like.
She doesn't even care about him.
Yeah, it's probably one of the worst, some of the worst aspects, but still like bare minimum of good aspects.
You should be safe here in the street. I gotta go back and find the Chinese president, but you won't have a chance. All those men, those guns. I can't lose the best client I've ever had. That's the breaks, lady. If he survives, I'll sign him on an ironclad contract. Okay, Grok, talk. Where do I find your hostage? Only time will tell. And right now, your time just ran out. I was going to shoot and you real fast and easy. But now I'm giving my men a chance to mop up the place with you. Then after they're done, I'll polish you off myself. Some guys just never learn. First, I'll take care of your stooges. Then, make sure we're not disturbed. I'll wrap them up for safekeeping. Now, Dark, it's payoff time. Give me your hostage. I'll give you something, all right? Even your strengths won't save you from this. Goodbye, Saladin. You never had a chance against me. This can bore a hole and halfway through a mountain. But it has to hit the mountain first. And I've got news for you. You shouldn't stand under a landslide, especially one that you caused yourself. And Gorak is dead.
Huh.
When that's the case released, Gorak brought it on himself.
Yeah. Then again, how did he? How remind me when they went over the power set? How?
We don't know about vulnerability. We do not know about invulnerability. I think it's just tougher skin, but it's not full on invulnerability. Okay. So something like this would kill him.
Okay.
Because remember, they're just going with the John Carter stuff.
Okay.
And so if that's the case, then yeah, he's dead. Remember, he's only flying because of his suit, his harness. That puts Gorak under wraps, but I still haven't found the Chinese president. And the 12 hours are almost up. The world's still on the brink of war. You've made it. You're safe. No one's safe until we find the president. If there is a war, the Army, Navy, and Air Force will all bid for you. As your agent, I'll get you the best offer. Hold it, Lois. I just saw something. When I asked where to find the hostage, Gorak said only time will tell. By the sneer on his face, I get the feeling he was dangling a clue in front of me. A clue he was sure I wouldn't decipher. Speaking of time, it might still be early enough to get you on the Tonight Show. Shut up, Lois! Like, I dropped my watch, but there's a clock over there. Darn it, it's too far away. I can't make my mind. I might make out the hand. But as Clark's telescopic vision scans the scene, the clock, I can see it clearly. But that's what Gorak meant. Only seconds remaining. I've got to leap higher than ever before. Hang in there, man. We'll make it together. No letter sound effect could do justice to the explosion, so we didn't bother. Scrupulous Stan. He saved me. He threw the bomb higher into the air. That's why I dubbed him Superman. I realized your government was brainless, and I'm grateful for the courageous rescue. My client is available for overseas booking, Mr. President. Later. You're the toast of the media. Everyone's talking about Superman. So why so glum, chum? I'm worried about Gorak. What if he survived that cave-in? And who helped him assemble that crew of terrorists? Hey, it's over. Forget about it. And the good news is you're going to be richer than Bill Gates, more famous than Barbie. I've already had offers from Warner Brothers, Universal, Disney, and the networks all falling over themselves. You know something, Lois? You're a treat for the eyes, but we're just not on the same wavelengths. Gorak couldn't have planned that hostage taking by himself. He hasn't been here long enough to get it all together. I'll dump all my other clients and handle Clark exclusively. And why would Gorak risk causing a world war? What would he have to gain? I'll collect 10% of his agent and another 10% of his manager. I get the feeling there's something else involved. Someone far more dangerous, far more powerful. My biggest problem will be keeping other girls away. But I'm pretty good at that. I'll have to find the one pulling the string. But how do I start? Where do I look? The end? Yeah, right. But wait, on the street. This is another one, but this is one where we started to have more of an actual story to it. Perhaps, gentlemen, I failed to make myself clear. I want this Superman on a silver platter, and I won't accept failure. And what the hell is wrong with these lights, Midge? Sorry, Joe. We never paid Con Ed last month. They shut us down for a while, but I straightened them out. My cousin's husband started this company in '39. Here you go again. Bill Gates had Mad Comics. We went one better with Serious Comics. The Pep Comic Boys, Mario and John published Blue Ribbon Comics. We outsold them with Gold Medal Comics. Right, Midge? Right, Joe. Donenfeld and Lebowski hit big with World's Fair Comics. We crushed them with World Series Comics. Till we got that cease and desist letter from the baseball commissioner. Whatever. Now our ship comes in. We've got a real honest-to-goodness superhero from another planet. I think Pluto. Midge, throw together an Ashcan comic. Call it Pluto Comics. Forget it, Joe. Oh, Disney. Hey, we don't mess with Disney's lawyers. I don't care how you do it, but give me Superman's signature on a contract for comic books. Now go! Lester, are you my lawyer or are you not? Sure, Lo, but I'm also your brother-in-law. I know. Get on the ball here, Lester. this Superman's an alien. He ain't protected by the U.S. Constitution or any human being laws, is he? I guess not. Guess? I don't pay you to guess. I pay you to know. If there's no law to stop us, we're going to publish Superman comic without a signature. This could be the big time for me at last, bitch. Here's where Fly-By-Night Comics finally moves past DC and Marvel. Wish Uncle Manny could see his pet. Nothing of a nephew now. Remember your proctologist appointment is at 4. Some months later, and this is just the beginning. I have a dream. I see Superboy, Supergirl, Superdog, Supercat, Superhorse, Super Monkey, and even the freaking Super Ray. My boy, I actually like that Supergirl idea. We've sold more super comics than ever. Excuse me, Joe, but there's a woman here demanding to see you, and she won't take no for an answer. Do you see I'm in a meeting here? Tell that dame. Super dame to you, fatso. You have no right to barge in here, miss. I have every right in the universe, pal, and you better know my name from now on. My card. Superman's manager, agent, and agent manager, Lois Lane. He gets the bad guy, I get 20%. I'm gonna sue you for publishing Superman comic book. Forget it, the guy's an alien. Aliens ain't got rights. Don't bet on that, liver lips. Now I'm mad. You're mad, just wait up. Shut up, you got 10 seconds to get out of here. Actually, that's all the time I need. Superman, this is Lois. Are you available to take a meeting right now? Oh, good. 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Hold it. 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Call him off. I'll stop publishing Superman. I'll do anything. Okay, you smooth talking charmer. You convinced me, but you gotta pay for being a naughty little publisher. I'll pay. Is he gone? Careful, Miss. Joe's checks sometimes bounce. If this bounces, so will he. DC Comics, this is Lois Lane. I represent Superman. I hear you're looking for a new strip to replace Zatara, the Magician in Action Comics. Good. Have your people call my people. We'll do lunch.
Uh-huh.
How was that? I know the weakest so far.
Yeah, roller coaster of. Okay.
I gotta tell you this. Turns out, this is how far it was. Adam Hughes is the one who designed the outfit, not Buscema.
Okay.
I think that explains a lot.
Yeah.
I think that Buscema was just, again, great artwork. I don't think he was in the right headspace.
Yeah, clearly not.
Like, I think he was just thinking about just drawing things out and didn't care what dialogue Stan would put.
Yeah, then again, if someone who didn't care made quality like this, what does that say about artists today who...
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's hard to say. We don't know what went through his mind. I mean, if you have stuff like this, that's gorgeous, but the story was a mess. Makes me wonder what the plot discussions were.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, this one was... I prefer the backup story.
Yeah, this was kind of shown actually that good at how this Lois was kind of good at her job, while the other story just had her
just completely one-track mind.
Yeah, I was thinking about the whole.
I'm sorry.
If Lois was portrayed like this,
no one would like her.
No, this is probably would be the poster child for not actually the Jared's Lois Lane slander, but still something different form of.
I hate her.
Yeah.
And let me put it this way: when we get to eventually the anniversary, the tribute book, you'll see that even in universe they actually treat Lois a lot worse.
Oh.
But I mean, there's going to be some moments where she's handled a lot better. But like I said, I'll say this. I get a lot of Stan's ideas. I do.
Oh.
Like, this idea of this guy coming to Earth as an adult. Good. Okay, has potential there. Him wanting to help things not out of altruistic, but because he wants them to progress so he can get home. A bit selfish, but not the worst. And Lois being his agent, again, in concept, is a good idea.
Yeah, it's kept there, but like a something of a checklist. But otherwise, it also kind of looks like it's going to be mostly a platonic working relationship
for the most part. And then but Garak was just generic. Although, who would you say is better, him or Hans? They're both equally generic.
Hard to say now that you mentioned it.
I'll say Garak was definitely a bigger threat.
Yeah, Garak he was a bigger threat, and maybe he had a goal that he was working towards.
Hans was more flat out generic.
Yeah.
But I think he had better personality.
But yeah, he had a personality and both actually had some kind of tangible goals that they were working on, but
I say Hans a little bit better.
Yeah, a little bit also. Maybe he was because he was a jerk and a villain who and a very petty or not to mention.
Like how dare you say my girl?
Yeah,
I love when Gar making a joke like I wanted her on me bleeding. It's like I threatened a guy because he saved a girl's life that he left to die. I'm not saying there aren't assholes like that.
Yeah. Garak was a very simple-minded.
Yeah.
Or single goal-minded. Hold
on a second. I think that's all we've got on this one. I think we can at least fit in one more before we call it a night.
Yeah, one more.
But that'll be the Wonder Woman one. But until then, we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.
And may your heart be going game.